Okay, this is going to be my video log. I'm going to post it to YouTube, probably on my daughter's channel because I'm using her computer. And so, based on the field experience, I really liked doing the classwork where you're teaching a class and you're having to come up with a lesson plan. And it's, you're teaching, but you're also don't have students. So that becomes a difficult part. And for me, that was a little difficult because I changed it like two or three times. So that was not easy, I would say, because, I got a little bit overwhelmed, is what it was. So in the end, it ended up working out good because I think it came out really, really well. The other issue was is that I'm not familiar with Zoom. I tried to use Zoom, it just didn't work, and so I had to go back to using Screentastic, which works for me. I was able to do it, not have a problem with it. But for days, I was trying to do something that I was unfamiliar with, and it just was not good. Um, I think what I did well was the preparation because I did really prepare for it. I had like three different versions of the one class, but I end up going with the one that I put on the 5-day plan, and I stuck to citizenship and the rights of the Roman citizens, which I think was really good. Um, I think it went pretty much according to plan. The only thing that I would say, like I said, I'm not very familiar with like Zoom. I'm using Screentastic now. I'm just not from. I actually do okay with that, but that's my issue. If you're not a tech person, I started late in life going back to school and having to learn technical things, and it's been a learning experience. So, um, and then sometimes certain things don't really work on certain computers. I found that I used my daughter's computers for something. My daughter's computer for one thing, I got to use my other computer for another. So it can be a little like just difficult. I'll say that. What would I do differently? I have no idea because I really think that I did a good job. I think I worked very hard on everything, but at the same time, I also felt like I was kind of doubting myself because of the issues with, the technical aspect to it with the professor and, him not seeing, my first video on the discussion, and that was difficult, and just there was just a lot of difficulties with just trying to get my projects even across. And I'm hoping that I won't have issues with this one, but I don't know. My personal strength, I think, is perseverance because I kept trying. um, and I'm just hoping that it will pay off in the end. You know what I mean? I know that I need to grow in so many areas as a teacher, and most of it has to do with the fact that I really do need to get into class. I was substitute teaching at the beginning of COVID. I'm not doing that. I haven't because all the schools have been closed. My daughter has been home, so I have been homeschooling her. That's been difficult because you have to help them. You know what I mean? And then I have to devote so much time for my own schoolwork, so it can be really difficult. You know what I mean? And this particular class was not very easy. Um, so I will just say that it's just been, um, it's been a learning experience, is what it's been, and it's definitely made me dig down pretty deep and trying to make sure that I finish and I do everything. And it just wasn't very easy. And it wasn't even that it wasn't very easy. It was like whatever I was trying in so many ways, it just didn't work. You know what I mean? And then I just end up having to do what I could do to make sure that the assignment gets turned in and is done. And that's the main thing. And that's something that, like I said, I struggled with trying to build my website. I just struggled with a lot of stuff this particular class, and it was really difficult for me in a lot of ways from the technical aspect to it. You know what I mean? And it was difficult. Like I said, I'm an older student. I'm not one of the younger students that always has used a lot of Zoom and everything. I'm very new to everything, so I need to do what I can do that I'm comfortable with and I can get done and not worry about the little stuff. And that's what I was doing a lot of times. And it was just overwhelming me and making me feel very frustrated, and also making me feel like nothing was good enough. You know what I mean? And that's difficult. But I would say that, I'm glad to be able to do this in a video log, because then it obviously is more personal in me explaining, some of the things that I really went through. And eventually today I just said, you know what, I got to get it done. I need to finish. And I've been working on this for this whole week, and I'm afraid to do it because I'm not doing it this way or that way, and it was really stressful. So that's been my week. What I would do different, I have no idea. I wish I knew technology better than I do. I wish I understood more, but I really don't. I'm just a regular person, don't know a whole lot about it. But I will do my best in the future to strive forward and do better. But as of right now, I'm like, I don't know as much as I would like to know. And that's what I will say. But I definitely, that's what I would say. If I had to grow in any area, it would definitely have to be in terms of technologically, because it seems like that is something that is definitely going to be necessary in the future. And I am trying with all my might to really grow technologically. I think that's the main thing that I need to grow as. In other ways, of course, too, getting the experience, because I don't really have very much experience. So, this was just a dream of mine that I had, and I went back to school to get it, and now I'm getting the credential, and so it's been a process. But that's what I would definitely do different. Those are my reflections, my honest reflections on everything that I've learned and need to improve on, and would change if I could, but I'm doing the best I can. So that would be it.